Hi, my name is Gina Paulhus, and I'm a personal trainer, but I'm anything other than a cookie-cutter trainer. I can find ways to make things fun and interesting for even the most seasoned exerciser. With a few simple, inexpensive pieces of equipment, I can show you how even a seasoned gym goer can work his entire body right at home in a challenging and fun way. Please do not try these exercises at home if you are new to working out, and be sure to get your doctor's okay before beginning any exercise program. Today, we welcome Peter Accolla on the show.
What's up, girl?
Peter is the owner of New Image Entertainment. He's also a husband and father of 3. Peter has been working out for years, and he gets bored easily, so we like to keep things fresh, interesting, and challenging for him. Be sure to stay tuned until the end of the show if you're curious about the juice detoxes that are all the rage lately, helpful or harmful. You'll find out later on. So Peter, are you ready to get going?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first thing we're going to do today, by the way, we're doing more advanced bodyweight training today as our focus. We're going to do an abdominal movement that's going to add a twist to your basic crunch. They're called slow bicycles, and I'm going to show you how those work. Sit up twist, aiming your elbow to your opposite knee. Let's see how he does.
Ooh. See if I still can do these.
See if you still got it. There we go. Now, Peter, I'd just like you to do a little bit less with your pulling your head with the fingers. Try to keep your head relaxed back. And it's okay if your elbow doesn't touch your knee, because it's really not about that. It's about doing the crunch and the twist. I need a little bit more twist, Peter. Yeah, that's it. Do 2 more, just like that. Awesome job. Very good. Okay, so we're actually still on the floor for the next one. The next one is another twisting movement. We're going to do the twisting side plank on the elbow. So he's going to pick a side to start out with, and I need you to get up into your side plank. Just put your head back. Okay, so now we're going to lift one arm up in the air, and I need you to spin yourself so your belly button faces the ground, and then right back up again. Nice. So I'm going to have you do about 8 of those, okay? So this movement gets your obliques, your transverse abdominis, and all of your core muscles. His form looks really good. The only thing is his head is a little bit too far forward. Now, Peter sometimes suffers from shoulder problems, and if your head is held forward in a lot of these core exercises, it can actually make your shoulders have to work harder because they're not in the right alignment. That's good, Peter. So one of the things he's going to have to remember when he does all of these movements is to think of keeping his head pressed back at all times. So let's try your other side. A lot of times one of the sides is a lot stronger than the other, and it's important that we try to balance out the 2 sides. Make sure you keep your breathing going, Peter. If you stop breathing,
that won't be good.
Let me know, because we have an emergency on our hands here. Just a little straighter with your body when you come down. Don't let your right side bend out to the side. Very nice. And you can do 2 more and we'll be all done with that one. This is a lot harder than it looks. He's making it look super easy, but they're super tough. So, like I said, this is a little bit more advanced stuff that we're working on today. Okay, so the next movement is called the king deadlift, and this one is a lot of combination of stability, balancing work, also knee strength, and helping prevent knee pain. So we want to take the weight, pick one leg to start with. You're going to bend down by squatting at your knee joint. So it's not really, traditionally deadlifts are more of a hip movement, but this one you're actually allowed to bend your knee. So it really is almost more like a squat. I really don't know why it's called king deadlift, because it's basically just, that's what it's always been called. So
and I'm the king.
Yeah, exactly. Peter is the king of the show today. I'm just the side person that doesn't have any significance at all.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
King deadlift.
So again, balance, stability. Make sure your left leg stays off the ground. And I want your left leg to be a little more active, Peter. I want you to be moving it forward and backward to counterbalance where you are. Good. Yeah, so the thing is, sometimes when you try to change how you're doing it, it is going to cause you to fall over a little bit. It's much better to do it properly and not worry if you're off balance or changing the technique kind of affects you. That was great. I'm going to have you try your other side now. And he's pretty even. Peter's in pretty good shape, so he doesn't have a big difference between sides. But if it's your first time trying this, you're probably going to notice, holy cow, one of my sides is way worse than the other.
Not bad for 46.
Wow, well, you're the one that said it, not me. So do you feel like over the years when you've trained, you've gotten more balance from left to right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the core stuff that you've taught me
Exactly,
helps.
yeah. Me and Peter started working together, what, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
So this is what can happen to you if you do these exercises. Yeah. All right, so next we're going to go to dips on the P-bars. And the P-bars, these are a little bit less than $100 to buy if you wanted to ever have them for your home gym. They're obviously 2 separate pieces. So they're really safe and easy to use. You just have to make sure that you don't let them roll to the outside. So we're going to try some dips. So you want to hold your legs up, bend your arms, and push, and bend, and push. So that's the basic dip.
All
You
right.
can set the space however you'd like.
I'll shoot for 4 or 5 of these.
Yeah, we're just going to do a few of these ones because, like I said, he does have a little bit of a shoulder issue. So whenever the pain kicks in with any of the movements, you want to stop. Nice, very good form. So he's doing dips that lean forward a little bit, which emphasize more the pecs. If you stay straight up and down, it gets a little bit more tricep. So that was awesome. Now, just so that you guys know at home, if you wanted to make it a little bit easier, you could put your feet up on something. A ball actually isn't the best way to do it because it's hard to keep the ball still. But if you had a chair, you can put your legs up and you'll find it's much easier to do. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go next to a very unique variation of the row, which is going to be great for your core strength and also for your biceps and your mid-back. It's called Renegade Row. This one is a little bit different than the classic one that you'll see because we're only using one weight, and I'll tell you why. So you're set up in a push-up position. Your legs can be together or apart. You take the weight, row it to your side, put it in the middle, move your hand, grab the weight, pick it up, put it to the middle. So there's a kind of a walking pattern with the hands. That's going to get you a lot of shoulder work in addition to the rowing. This one can also be done with 2 separate weights, which is a little bit easier. So we're going to let Peter give it a try. I don't think he's ever tried this particular one before, so we'll see how he does.
I think I got it.
He's very cocky, isn't he? He's kind of obnoxious. I'm kind of regretting inviting you onto the show at this point.
Come on, Gina, I'm your best client.
He thinks he's my best client, but it's so not true. I much prefer his wife.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. Good job. Let's see 2 more on each side. Just try to prop your low back up a smidge more. Good, that's better. And remember, I can't believe it. I haven't worked with him in a little while, and at some point in time, he's forgotten to breathe. And it's driving me crazy. Yeah, you are allowed to take in oxygen, you know. Maybe he's just nervous. He doesn't want a girl to show him up.
Yeah. That could be true.
Okay, so we're going with, this one is a super duper amped up type of push-up. So it's called planche leans with push-ups. You have your shins on the ball. You lean your shoulders forward as far as you can, bend your arms, try to touch your nose to the floor, and then come back to center. So what differentiates that from a normal push-up is a normal push-up you stay right here and you don't actually lean forward that far. So we're going to take it step by step. Peter's going to start with just the planche lean part.
How about the hand position?
So you want to go slightly turned out with the fingers. That puts a little bit less stress on your shoulder. You can even go all the way turned out if it feels better to you. So the hands is really optional. You want to be about shoulder width. So Peter, yep, lean forward and push up and lean back again. Good. So that's awesome. He's got it down. And what you do with this one is, as you get stronger, you just lean over that much further. So it's really not a matter of you know, that you can't do it, but it's a matter
Oh,
of how
yeah.
far you lean.
Big
and you're
difference.
doing awesome. Yeah, exactly. And you can see too where his shins are on the ball is actually the harder way. If he wanted to make it easier, which of course he doesn't because he's a big show off, you would have the ball under your thighs, which is perfectly fine if that's what you need to do. That was great.
You love me.
All right, enough of that horsing around. Okay, cheater chin-ups with the P-bars. This is one of the only ways that you can work your mid-back without using free weights. So it comes in handy. Some people say, well, I don't have these bars, what do I do? If you have a treadmill, or what happens to me a lot when I'm traveling for my competitions is I'll see a hotel gym and there'll be a treadmill there, and I'll actually hold onto the rail that most people use when they walk to do the cheater chin-ups. And I mean, people look at you like you're completely crazy when you start doing stuff like that. And I'll also do dips on the treadmill at the gym too. And I mean, the people they all stare at me, but I just ignore it because, you know, it's not easy being such a beast. So we're gonna try the cheater chin-ups. So
And you
Peter,
wonder where I get it.
you're gonna go on your back, your head's gonna go here, your feet are gonna go there, and just a little bit wider for you. So you're gonna have a seat. Okay, so we're gonna start out with the bent leg version. So he's gonna bend his legs and press through his feet, keeping his hips elevated, and he's gonna pull himself up and down. That's probably pretty easy for him. So the other option, which you can go ahead and do if you want, is to have your legs straight. Nice. And Peter is really strong for his weight. He doesn't weigh very much, but he has a lot of muscle for the amount that he weighs. So he finds this to be pretty easy. Again, this is making it look super easy, but I definitely recommend starting with the bent leg version if you don't know that you can handle the one with the straight legs. And then to get even more beyond that, you can elevate up your feet. Do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, let's do it.
So elevating the feet with the ball is actually the most difficult because the ball is unstable. So we're going to let him give that a shot. You have insurance, right? Health insurance?
I think so.
All right. Wow, look at this. I've taught him very well.
Body by Gina.
Body by Gina. Body by Homebodies. Awesome. Okay, now this one was a special exercise by Peter's request. He wanted to show everyone his one-legged squats.
Ooh.
I mean, last time I saw them, they really didn't look that great, so we'll see how it goes. So the starting way to do these would be on the one leg, and then you've got the other leg up, and you're gonna bend down as low as you can go. And you wanna try to use as little pressure as possible with the bars. So we'll let him start with that one and see how he looks. You can start with your favorite side.
All right.
Good. Now, do you always do them with your heel coming up off the ground? Because you're going like,
Oh, and the leg on the ground?
well, you're going like that.
Gotcha.
Is that how you do them normally?
I can't remember.
Well,
done
I
them
didn't
before.
teach you that. Let's
All
just
right.
get one thing straight. So I need your heel to stay flat. So you've got to sit your hips way back to get down there.
Okay.
And yeah, you don't have to use the bars if you don't want to, but I think they give a little more balance, so that looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, so his first instinct was to come up off his heel because he has tight calves because he never stretches like I tell him to. But if he stretched, he wouldn't really have a problem with these. But anyway, you can try your other side. So the bars give you a little bit more confidence that you can squat down and not get stuck down there. But if you're super fancy, you can do them even without the bars. Do you want to try them without?
Try one.
All right. We'll try one good one on each leg. Nice. That was pretty good. Good job.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. So what type of stuff do you do for your legs lately? Are you doing a lot of weights or more of the body weight?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, little mix.
So you find that the mix is helpful?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to try a couple of stretches. I know Peter doesn't like to do his stretches when I'm not around, but he's going to have no choice today. So the first one is called cat stretch. We're going to use this table. So you're on your knees, hands go on the top. Now a lot of times I see people doing this big arch with their back. That is okay for a back stretch, but right now I'm trying to focus on his shoulders. So you want to pull your stomach up so that your body is pretty straight, if anything, a little bit rounded to get those shoulders stretching. So you can go ahead and try that, and this is going to be about a 20 to 30 second hold. You can do multiple sets if your shoulders are really tight. Good. Yep, and just let your hips sit way back toward those heels. Nice. You feel the stretch across your chest?
Feels great, shoulder.
Yeah, so you just stay down there while I talk, okay? Because you really do need this. So I can just gently apply a little pressure. How you doing?
Excellent.
Yeah, this one can be difficult to put enough pressure on your own, so sometimes having a friend push on you, or maybe an enemy, depending, can be helpful. Okay, that's enough with that. So the other area we're going to try today is the quad stretch, and that's going to be a kneeling quad stretch. So this one works your hip flexors. You're going to go down on the knee, and you're going to try to push yourself back and stretch up tall through your hip. You see a lot of people sinking like this. You want to stretch up nice and tall, even through your neck, and it's going to get right in here.
So foot on the table.
Foot's on the table, you kneel down. You want your knee super close to the table. Even closer if you can get it. Yeah. But you've got to relax.
This knee closer?
No, you're good with that one. So you want to relax your toes so that your foot is like that.
Gotcha.
Okay? So now you're probably going to need help getting up. So you need to be on your foot on the other side.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. So
tough one.
Yeah. Now I think, yeah, you're all right. So if you saw at first it was a little bit difficult for him to get up, if that happens, you can move your knee away from this, either the chair, the bench, whatever you're doing, you can switch sides. But the thing is, the closer you are, the more effective that stretch is going to be. So get it as close as you can actually handle, and some people too, they're gonna want a pillow to kneel on. I don't think Peter's quite at the point where his joints are screaming at him, but the extra padding can make it a little bit more comfortable if your knees bother you. So this side easier for you?
Both tight.
They're both tight. Put both hands on your knee and try to straighten your arms. So your hips are really tight, you can come out. And if your hips are tight, it causes problems for the knee joint and for the low back.
Can I show you a hip flexor stretch I learned?
Sure.
I like this one.
Now he says he likes this one, but it's probably just because he's good at it, and probably he doesn't even need to do it. So I'm kind of humoring him by letting him show this to me. But this is just great, but you're fine at this one, and
great.
You need to do the ones that you really need and not the ones that you just think you're good at. Okay, that was enough of that. He's not going to ask me any more questions now. So do you do any stretching with your workouts now?
Yeah, actually a lot.
Yeah. So how come you're so horrible at those?
I know, I get some areas that need work still.
Okay, so we'll have to mix it up a
Not
little
perfect.
bit. All right, I know.
80%.
But maybe 85% perfect.
Right. I'll take it.
Well, it is time for the listener question of the week. And the listener question of the week is something that I'm sure Peter will be interested in, because a lot of times he asks me these weird questions. He'll send me emails. Oh, does this detox diet work? Or does this pill work? Or is this or that? And it's like, no, 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 but he continues to ask me. So, that being said, the listener question of the week is about detoxes. Dear Gina, I keep reading about different detox diets. It's tempting because I have some stubborn pounds that just won't go away. Plus, I have been feeling like my digestion is sluggish and I feel bloated. Is it safe to do a detox? And does it even really work? Has this ever crossed your mind before?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done any detoxes?
I have, yeah.
And what were your results of
Did
them?
I felt like it reset
You,
my metabolism,
okay.
if that makes sense.
So is it something you'd consider doing again? If maybe
Yeah.
the time was right?
Yep.
Okay, so he did have a positive experience, and I am going to give you guys the answer as to both sides of this sort of debate. But detox diets, it's really a huge blanket statement, and that's the trickiest thing about it, is there's a whole range of things that you could be talking about when you say detox diet. In general, they have one thing in common, and that's deprivation. The idea of a detox diet is two-pronged. You want to stop putting bad stuff in and start getting waste and toxins that have built up in the body out. Now, there is no evidence that these detox diets do any kind of detoxification in the body. Be wary of any detox diet that requires you to buy a lot of expensive ingredients or contains pricey powders and potions. It's silly to waste money on something that's not even proven to work. There's no such thing as a quick fix. Detoxes and cleanses promote quick weight loss, but most of the weight lost is water weight. Sometimes valuable muscle tissue is lost, but the only sure thing is that very little fat is lost proportionately. Losing fat takes a long time, and there is simply no way to lose a significant amount of fat in a short period of time. Your body can actually detox itself. If you really want to detox your body, which Peter can attest to, he does this. He eats a diet that has plenty of fiber, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and live plant foods, so that your immune system, liver, kidneys, lungs, and other organs in your body can naturally do their job. We need to have more trust in our body's ability to do that. But we also need to feed our body the right food so that it can function at its best. The fact is, we have a natural detox system in our body that works well when treated well. Detox diets can also cause a rebound of toxicity. Interestingly, you may be creating toxins when you go on these detoxes for a very long time. When you're not eating and you're taking in very few calories, you start to break down muscle mass, which creates nitrogen compounds that your body has to excrete. After a period of time not taking in enough calories, the body will make ketones, which are acidic substitutes for fuel that don't have to be flushed out and neutralized. If you use a short, nourishing detox diet as a springboard, which it sounds like Peter has, a springboard to get yourself into a healthier pattern, by all means go ahead with the approval of your doctor or your nutritionist. But avoid extremes. If a detox diet asks you to avoid chemicals in your food or eat or drink plenty of produce, sure, go for it. If it starts excluding almost all food groups and calls for days and days of subsisting off of only liquid, don't even think about it. Also, be very careful after your detox is over. It takes a lot of self-control to eat moderately after you have been deprived for what feels like a very long time to your body. The bottom line is that detoxing or cleansing is not a sustainable weight loss technique. And you really don't need to do anything to help your body rid itself of toxins. The body is essentially a self-cleansing machine. So I am completely supportive of the fact that people like to do a jump start. Could you tell us a little bit about what your detox program was like?
It was a juicing. So, and again, I think you're right. Eating real food is the key.
Yeah.
Not the potion in the supermarket that says, drink this and you'll lose weight. So real fruits and vegetables, produce, and I was juicing, and that's what I used. And it, I felt it. It was, but there was some side effects to it, headaches, and but after it was over, I felt like it's what I needed to springboard.
So could you just briefly tell us how you felt before you embarked on this healthy lifestyle compared to now?
Yeah, I struggled with eating, bad foods more often than not. And by going into that, and it helped me focus on what I call the 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
And that works.
Hey, that's my line.
That works for me because I know I have a couple days a week where I can eat whatever I want, but I'm able to jump right back into gear.
Right.
And when you can control that and not let it control you, then I think you're in good shape.
And how do you think you're faring chasing after your 3 little guys with this new lifestyle compared to before?
It's working. My wife's on board. The kids are starting to get on board.
Yeah.
So slow progress, but we're doing well.
So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.